what's happening in America. Hey, I know I touched base with this a couple of days ago. I got some more footage on it. Excuse me. It's just amazing to me how the left is so hell-bent on stopping Trump and the Doge program. Now, to me, I love it because we're getting rid of unwanted spent tax dollars for non-essential things. And we're spending 90% of our tax dollars, they're spending our tax dollars for stuff that's overseas. And they're always saying that there's no money for our people, our veterans, our homeless, are displaced from hurricanes, fires, floods, not any natural disaster that's out there. There's no money for it. You still got people that are in the Bat Cave suffering, people still in Hawaii that never had their houses replaced or their property done. Now it's the LA fires and it's the Carolinas. So, why? Why not? We're cleaning up the waste. And as far as Elon Musk goes, yeah, it's not an elected position. We all know that. That's not the issue. He was appointed, but he's also with Vivek. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not very good at pronouncing strange names. And it's not that he's a strange person. It's just I'm not used to his name. So, with that being said, they're just making up all these excuses. Now, Maxine Waters and her group of cronies stormed the Department of Education the other day and were berating this civilian employee that works for the federal government. And Maxine Waters thought it was going to be an okay deal for her to publicly tell everybody the dude's name. So now he's gonna have all these, people bothering him and attacking him and saying stuff to him, which is, in my opinion, pretty crappy. And she should know better in her position to pull a stunt like that. But the way they were acting and demanding and threatening sounds pretty much so like an insurrection to me. But let's figure it out. But see, here's the problem, and this is what's going on. They're trying to get in there so they can wipe out whatever their names are attached to. They don't want you to know it. So, and they know it's going to come out. It's going to come out who got money from which special interest groups and who approved these fundings for all these off-the-wall stuff. Now, like I said, I don't judge as far as that guy, I don't even want to say it, but now like the LGBTQ stuff, okay, and this transgender stuff, I don't condone it. It's not, but I don't, I'm not going to judge you for it either. It's not my place. But don't you think it's a little ridiculous that you can give $50 million or $1 billion, whatever, I think it's billion, I'm sorry, not million, $1 billion to Gaza for condoms in Gaza? Or, I don't know, some transvestite opera in another country? Why is this such a big deal to the left? I really don't understand it. You know what I mean? Why are they trying so hard to shove this down our throats to make it happen? It's crazy. Their moral clock is so broken that this had to happen. So, President Trump's electees hit the ground running, and they're finding stuff, and they're going after it. Pam Bondi, she hit the ground running. She's popping everybody under the sun. Tom Human, he's making some arrests. And a substantial amount, it's going to be a good thing. You know, Biden is going to bite the big one on this. He's going to take a massive hit, whether he knows it or not. You know, he really screwed up, you know, and now that all this stuff is coming out, it's going to hit the fan. Yeah, so we need to stay vigilant. And I got some stuff coming. I'm not going to talk much more than what I already done. You'll see it coming out. I'll have it out in a little bit. Before the end of the day, I'll have this video posted. And you ladies, you got to come out and see what's going on. You know what I mean? This is not, you know, just about the men. You know, you guys have all the rights in the world to say stuff as well. You know? So I would really like to hear your opinions. So ladies, come on out. Hit that like button. Subscribe, please. Please, let's get this going. I'll see you in a little bit. Love you guys. Peace out.
We are here today because there is a narcissistic billionaire running the government who peddles in fascism, is known for his history of lying, short-paying his vendors, terminating employees who challenge his worldview, and using the judicial system as a cudgel against anyone who dares challenge him. And if you are listening to that and saying, is he talking about Donald Trump or Elon Musk, then you kind of get the problem, don't you? The actions that Musk and his IT goons have taken they're illegal, very clearly illegal, but so far unprosecuted actions, have already compromised millions of Americans' privacy and data security. And if you want to understand how nervous you should all be, think about how hard Donald Trump worked to protect his tax returns from becoming public, even under a legitimate subpoena from the House of Representatives. Why do we think that Elon Musk and Donald Trump would like to have access to your home address, your bank records, your history of charitable giving, alimony payments you may have made, child care payments you may be making, all of this private information that you would like? Why do we think they want that information? Why do we think that they want the ability to illegally stop payments that are legally due to hospitals that may be providing women's health care services they don't support, to veterans agencies that are helping our veterans, to Social Security recipients who maybe marched at a rally and said something they didn't like? Why are they doing that? Why did they allow a bunch of let's be honest, practically children, teenagers, young 20-somethings, why did they allow them to go into systems that control trillions of dollars of Treasury payments that every one of our adversaries would deeply like to hack into? Because if they could hack into there, they could destroy the U.S. economy. Why did they allow these children to go in there with unsecured software and hardware and tamper with those systems?
We just found out the Biden administration was paying the press. During the last 4 years, Politico received $26 million from the federal government. $8 million just last year. The Biden administration was paying a D.C. insider publication that happened to never report anything bad about the Biden administration. Well, what did they pay for besides good press? The government says it was for subscriptions to Politico Pro. Well, what's Politico Pro? It's supposed to give you inside scoops or exclusive reporting about the federal government. It's been around since 2010, but all of a sudden in 2021, the Biden administration starts buying hundreds of Politico Pro subscriptions. And a subscription runs anywhere from $10,000 to $75,000 a year. Those are like top tier country club dues. For $75,000, this exclusive reporting must be pretty good, right? Now, no one ever read in Politico Pro that Biden was brain dead. Now, if I'm going to pay $75,000 for journalism, I want to know whose Coke was in the White House. Politico Pro isn't even for people in government. It's for lobbyists. You pay $75,000 a year for the name and email address of a regulator at the FDA. So you can email them. Why?
What else did Mr. Musk found that my colleagues don't want to talk about? Well, he reviewed a study and then went and checked it. The study was done by the Middle East Forum. They found that USAID spent $164 million to support radical organizations around the world. We're not talking Cub Scout troops here. We're talking about radical organizations around the world. They gave $122 million of that to groups aligned with foreign terrorist organizations. Our taxpayer money. According to this report and Mr. Musk, the USAID has given millions of dollars to, quote, organizations in Gaza controlled by Hamas. Why aren't my colleagues talking about that? Recipients of the money, they found, have, quote, called for their lands to be cleansed from the impurity of Jews. That's who we're giving foreign aid to.
Did someone tell y'all to do this? Who?
All right, so now that you got to look at some of the stuff that I put out, you kind of like give me an idea what you think about that. I'm not going to flood this post with a lot of stuff because it's just way too much stuff to look at. So just give me an idea. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what interests you. Tell me what you agree with, what you disagree with, whatever you got to do. You know, just hit that like button. Subscribe if you already haven't. If you're watching me, please, let's go. My new goal now is to reach 150 people. I have 100 now. I would like to hit 150. So peace out. Love you guys. See you real soon.